ॐ तव कथामृतं तप्तजीवनं कविभिरीडितं कल्मषापहं श्रवणमङ्गलं श्रीमदाततं भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः भुवि गृह्णन्ति ये भूरिदा जनाः. Regarding the wicked people being in the world, it's a part of the game. Sri Ramakrishna says, in nature all sorts of things are there and it has a purpose. Wicked people also have purpose. Lust, greed, anger and all these too have a purpose. In human, if these things are there, it will blind his intellect, make it imperceptible. That is, through the intellect, God becomes imperceptible. You can't perceive God if these things are there. But within certain limits, all things are necessary. Greed, lust, and all. It should not be a part of your existence, but an instrument to fulfill the purpose of nature. And then keep evolving. See that the world doesn't enter into you, but you attend to the world without allowing the world to enter. Usually what we see is we have to interact with the world. We are living beings. Our whole existence is depending on this nature outside. All the resources provided by the nature are for our living. So we must utilize, we must come in contact with other people, interaction is there. All things are there, heat, cold, day, night. Similarly, good people, bad people, all these are there. And while interacting, see that you don't carry them within you. Attend to your duties, leave it outside. Come out as if it is something like working within the room, standing within the room, attending to things outside through a window or door, but never to go out. The Lakshmana Rekha is there. If you cross that, you'll be in danger. So be within yourself. Inside, don't allow the world to enter inside you. Don't carry anything, don't carry any incident. Attend, serve, wash your hands and be calm. In every aspect, in every field of your activity, see that activities or profit and loss or anything doesn't enter into you. You have to attend, you cannot avoid. But inside must be God alone, divine alone. The vision also of the divine should not go away during the duties, work in field of activities. You should not forget God. If you don't forget God during activities and world doesn't come to your thought when you are sitting for spiritual practices like meditation, japa, world should not come to your mind. And you should not forget God while working in the world. Then everything is all right. Your sadhana is going on well. This is an important law of spiritual progress, that I should not forget God any time. During the activity, constant remembrance of God. You see, Vinayakanandaji Maharaj told us after my initiation, you need not struggle much to realize God. Till Sri Ramakrishna came, it was very difficult. Now, after coming of Sri Ramakrishna, all things, all problems, all confusion, all lack of clarity, everything has been removed. He has given clear and specific understanding of life, what is to be attained, how to go, purpose of human life. Everything is clearly mentioned. Just acceptance of Sri Ramakrishna itself will lead you to perfection. Simple things like Ramayana, Mahabharata, devotional texts, saints' life, these things are sufficient to realize God. Don't forget God. Morning and evening, sit for few minutes to do your upasana. Offer it to God. Try to see divine and serve as whenever opportunity is given to you. This is sufficient. And when it comes to other aspect of life, I was given another instruction. That is, just like you need not struggle much, here the instruction was not very complicated one. Sir, Bhajananaji Maharaj, the day I joined the mutt, Bhajananaji Maharaj told, just unbroken thought of God or unbroken japa, even without keeping the mind on God. If you can do japa, go on doing japa. Your mind may be somewhere, doesn't matter. You are anchored somewhere. And somewhere there is a grip. You may not be having the grip. From the other side there is some grip. You are linked. Link may be loose, but you are linked. One thing. Second thing, he said, serve the old sadhus. This is an important part of sadhana. Any spiritual aspirant anywhere, any sadhaka anywhere, serve him. Don't see his credits and debits. In some way or other, he is seeking God. His path may not be clear. He may not be striving sufficiently, but he is a spiritual aspirant who is aspiring for God with all defects. But don't look at his credit or debit. Don't judge him. He is a sadhaka. He is seeking God. Serve him. Especially the old sadhus. Serve them. You will get the God and grace of God. You see it is descending on you without efforts, and you will realize God. Just by serving the sadhakas who are seeking God, you can't sit and do dhyana. You cannot go to the forest and do penance, tapasya. So, but simple thing of serving a sadhaka, serving a sadhu in his old days will bring you enlightenment, not some credit, some punya karma, no. It is realization, spiritual realization, because they are dear to God. Serving them, God will be extremely pleased and nature will be most favorable to you. And you will realize God. And it's simple. Try to do the japa. Simple japa. Whether the mind goes on God or not, it is immaterial when you are serving. To keep the mind and God and do japa lovingly is the path. But when you are not able to keep the mind on God constantly while doing japa, then it is compensated 100 times, 100%. It is compensated by serving the sadhakas who are aspiring for God. This is another instruction that I found in my life, and whatever I could do, whenever I got any opportunity to serve any sadhaka, without seeing whether I am a householder or this or that sadhaka, he wants God, yes, I am there to serve you. And old sadhus, in ashrama, here, there, wherever I was there, almost all sadhus, including Tapasyananji Maharaj, Adidevananji Maharaj, some service. I used to go to Adidevananji to write letters, type out letters, and take just to one. I used to offer tender coconut to Thakur at 3:30 before opening the shrine, and then go and give it to Adidevananji Maharaj in the afternoon. That is the service I could do for him. Other service people were there. So whatever you can do, just sweeping in front of his door will do. Anything comfortable. So it will open up your door to realization, unimaginable, simple thing, where it takes you, you see. So this is another important instruction I got. So usually when we serve anybody, general people, our compassion lifts us. But their karma, we are responsible. Unless you see God in them and serve. This one thing you should not forget. To offer what you have done to God and to see God in the person whom you serve. Otherwise, suppose you give food to a person, he will never take that food, and with that energy he will never go and sit and do japa or serve. The moment he gets food, he will go for enjoyment. Go and sleep in one place. His body is maintaining for enjoyment. And you have nourished that body. Give education to a person, he will run after enjoyments. Give health, opening a hospital, he will run for enjoyment. And it brings its own fruit, and you are responsible for that. Unless you see God in them. That's why Sri Ramakrishna made that important rule. Shivajnani Jiva Seva. Whenever you see, serve any man, any person, any being, try to see me, God in him. Bhagavad Gita, see me everywhere, wherever you serve, and offer whatever you do, yat karoshi, yat ashnasi, yat juhosi, dadasi, yat, all that you offer it to me. So this offering of the fruit to God and seeing divine in it will not bind. You can serve in the worst person. After helping, he will go and do the most worst things in life, then also you are not bound by it. If you see God in that, then God in him has not done anything. You have seen God in him and served. So God has received it. Its fruit is different. It is spiritual attainments. So, this one law, to see God in the people to serve, to whomever you serve, try to see God in them, divine in them. First, this sadhaka has to give up judging others, judging everything. Who are we to judge? What do we know to judge a person? Why God has kept a person and why a person is getting that experience, we don't know. So, this aspect of our sadhana, we must give up judging others. It is there. What is your duty? What is your participation? You do. What is the interaction? Where does he stand? Where you stand, and what is it to be done? Just do it, offer it to God, and go. If somebody is suffering where you cannot help or serve, just pray for him and keep walking. So within your limits, serve. And serving, you see, because this is the only way to evolve from our present state to the state of absolute perfection, attainment of God. So wicked people are needed too. At one time, the tenants of an estate became unruly. The landlord has to send Golak Chaudhary, who was a ruffian. He was such a harsh administrator that the tenants trembled at the very mention of his name. He is a ruffian. When the people were unruly, he was asked to control them. The name that was mentioning them, they started trembling. The people who were creating problem constantly, immediately see the power of bad. So it is something. Why do we worship varieties of devatas? Kali the mother, terrible. And varieties of, in Hinduism you will see various types of gods. One is with monkey face, one is with horse face, another Hayavadana, Gajavadana. Varieties of devatas you will see, that you are able to maintain that equanimity of seeing divine in them. And every devata has got a vehicle. Ganesha has got rat. And every devata you will see. Vishnu Sheshasai is sleeping on snake. Durga Simhavayini, Sherwali, all have got one. And wherever you see the picture of any devata, you will see a nature has been brought into picture. One tree standing there, on the two birds, one monkey there, and all this whole nature is brought. And you see the various aspects. Try to love, try to love. Don't see the form. See something beyond the form. Whatever form, God has no limitations. Form is just an appearance. Now, each God whom we worship is like a wave in an ocean. Ocean is the Ananta Sachidananda. Rama is a wave in that ocean. Formless has taken a form by coming into a wave. Krishna is another wave. And we are all ripples in that wave. So, if universe is a huge wave in which multiple waves are playing, and we are all small ripples in it. And when you analyze and see, you are able to clearly see various waves. You are able to see huge wave as the world, universe. And all the waves, only water is there, nothing else is there. Water is appearing as wave. The Satchidananda is appearing as Rama. Satchidananda is appearing as Krishna. Sri Ramakrishna later on in the same gospel will come across. Krishna means Satchidananda Krishna. Rama means Satchidananda Rama. It's Rupa and Swarupa. Swarupa is common, Rupa is different. So the Rupa in our Hinduism, these Rupas have no much value. Swarupa is most important. Penetrate and see within. See within Ganesha, see within Hanuman, see within. See beyond the form. Love every form. Whatever be the form, if you see the divine, you salute. If you don't see the divine, you laugh at it. It is a container. All are charmed by the containers. Content, they are not at all worried. That's why in market now, nowadays, everywhere, container is given more importance. The object is 10 rupees, the container is 20 rupees. Total 30 rupees for you. Over the tax, 30%. So this is what happens. Outer glamour. So to remove this tendency to hold on to the external bodily existence, no, don't see the body, don't see the rupa, see the content. It is Chaitanya, it is power, Shakti. To make it clear, we see in Hinduism various aspects of God symbolized and some revelations. Rishis see it, visualize, experience, they are revealed so that you have easy access to the nature and through it beyond. Its presentation from the other side. It is manifestation from the absolute into the relative for us to, they are universal plugs. This plug is there. These are all universal. Whole of India, you can put your apparatus anywhere. You can make your own plug and pin, your own size, but you cannot use anywhere else. You can have your own anything in which Swarupa is the absolute. You can worship your own son, your mother, your father as God. A stone we are worshipping as God. Anything you can worship. But Shiva, Parvati, Durga, all these, Vishnu, these are universal sockets. Anybody can, collectively they can plug. It is ready-made. It is freely available everywhere. And all people will follow it. And if you have your grandfather as God and worship every day, and you can attain God, definitely. And God does come in that same form and give you vision, and then take you to show His real form. So it will serve the purpose, but another doesn't accept it. Other cannot use it. You alone can use it, and with you it will go away. That God will disappear and become absolute again. These Shiva, Durga, Krishna, Rama, these are all universal plugs, means universal sockets, where anybody can go and. These are revelations. Others are symbolization. Both will serve the purpose. Symbolization also is done by the realized souls, not ordinary people, so that he can easily create his pins to suit the. easily available. Otherwise, you are doing your pin is also yours, socket is also yours, which cannot be used by anybody else. They cannot easily make. They have to go to the goldsmith and blacksmith and then carpenter, this, that and all, and get one done, suitable to. So these are the devatas. The thing is, Rupa is just an appearance of the, just to make you understand, just to interact with you at physical level, God manifests in form. To take you to the formless is real aspect. His Dhamma he has to take, he has come to take you in a different vehicle. This is avatara. God taking any aspect, even Vishwarupa is an aspect of God. The whole universe has manifestation, the absolute appearing as the universe, immanent reality. So, everything here Sri Ramakrishna says, everything has a purpose, and the bad people also are needed to control bad. Good people are needed to encourage the good, to take them ahead. But one day or the other, everybody has to go beyond good and bad. The more you accept things as they are, your energies, time is saved. Otherwise, you will go on fighting and cogitating on things which are unwanted. Now you are so much of, accept the world as it is there. Good people are there, but you are able to see. Go beyond. Don't ask why there is a good man, why there is a bad man. You have nothing to do with you. No, you are not given the responsibility to look after them also. You need not feed them. But your time is lost. The purpose for which you have come to this world, the purpose for which human body was given to you is lost. If the purpose is served, everything is all right. So don't waste time in trying to, in a Tarkic way, analyzing this universe or anything. No Tarkic. Vichara ways. Analysis is different from argumental discovery. Why is that person is bad? What is that person? What all it contains? Where is the Chaitanya there? How does the mind work? How is the body? All these analysis we need. Other things which are unwanted, if you waste the time, your precious time and life is gone. So just accept the world as it is. And what is your purpose? Attend to that. First finish off the task of realizing God. Lest things will be taken care. Nothing will be lost. You will be the Lord of this universe if you realize God. There is need of everything. Once Sita said to her husband, Rama, it would be grand if every house in Ayodhya were a mansion. I find many houses old and dilapidated. But my dear, said Rama, if all houses were beautiful ones, what would the masons do? All laughter. God has created all kinds of things. He has created good trees and poisonous plants and weeds as well. Among the animals there are good, there are bad, and all kinds of creatures, tigers, lions, snakes, and so on. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Tat Sat Shri Ramakrishna Arpanamastu.